What's up, everyone? Azariel here. Finally, getting to the TCG exclusives for Clash of Rebellion. I don't even know which cards in this booster pack were the TCG exclusives. I do remember doing the individual card reviews for all the cards leading up to the release of this booster pack in the OCG, but I kind of like fell short of following up with the rest of them. So, as far as I'm concerned, the TCG exclusives, I think they go up until Escher, the Frost. 'Cause I know Silverclaw is a monster in the OCG. I don't think the Cosmos are in the OCG. I don't think so. Let me check and see, because I really don't know which ones or like where it stops. Do they have an OCG? No. Okay, so the Cosmos are the TCG exclusives, and I know that they normally have the list of TCG exclusives like in order. So I'm thinking that maybe it's from the Cosmos on down. I really should have checked this earlier, but I think it's just best I do this live. I don't know, maybe something funny will happen. Okay, so Extinction on Schedule is also a TCG exclusive. I really don't know. Um, Side effects. Check this out. Is this also a TCG exclusive? No, it is not. Okay, so Extinction on Schedule. Besides, I think I did side effects already. So Extinction on Schedule on down, all of those are the TCG exclusives. So these were released on what, August 7th. So this was only like a few days ago that these TCG exclusives were released. So I'm not that far behind. I thought I was more behind than this. Alright, so we're just going to do all of these in one video. We're just going to get a rundown of all the TCG exclusives, and we're going to be done with this shit. So, because this booster pack came out a while ago. So, first thing is first, let me look at Cosmo Farm Girl. It is a light psychic effect monster. Level 3, 1500, attack, defense 1000. Description: during either player's turn, you can banish this card, special summon one level 4 or higher Cosmo monster from your hand. You can only use this effect to Cosmo Farm Girl once per turn. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can pay 500 life points, add one Cosmo card from your deck to your hand. So it's the Searcher, as well as a catalyst for a special summon, which is a quick effect. So that is actually really fucking good. Um, I don't know if that wolf in the back is like another Cosmo, but regardless of the fact, um, it is level 3, so you should be able to use emergency teleport on it, which always comes in handy. But then you pretty much would, if you use emergency teleport with it, you would want to, I would say, well, then again, it say during either player's turn, you can banish the card. So I guess that would be a quicker way. Say if you have like a high level Cosmo in your hand, you can use emergency teleport, get this on the field, activate its own effect, banish it, and um, then you'll be able to get that special summon. So that's, I mean, that's a plan. And then, of course, if you are trying to be offensive with it and you're doing battle damage, you'll be able to search another one. So I think I spent enough time on that one card. Moving on. Cosmo Good Witch. Good Witch the Good Bitch. Yeah, gonna fix me one of them good witches. It's Cosmo Good Witch, a light psychic effect monster, level 4, attack 1800, defense 1000. Description: during either player's turn, you can banish this card, special summon one level 5 or higher Cosmo monster from your hand. You can only use this effect to Cosmo Good Witch once per turn. Once per turn, you can pay 500 life points and select one face-up monster your opponent controls, change it to face-down position. I should not have to explain how that is a good thing. Why is she looking like a Jedi, by the way? um, yeah, matter of fact, that's what I'm thinking. Like the Cosmos are. Like I'm looking at between Farm Girl and this. I haven't looked at the rest of them yet, but they look like gender bent Jedi's, from Star Wars. She almost kind of looked like Han Solo. like a female version of Han Solo. I don't know, like maybe it's just me, but you know, like really, I'm just picking up that it kind of looks like gender bent um, Jedi's from Star Wars. But I shouldn't have to explain how good that face down, that 500 face down effect could uh, be. On top, and then again, Cosmos. During either player's turn, you can banish this card, special summon one level 5 or higher Cosmo monster from your hand. That's good in itself. Um, Again, just like Farm Girl, if you have a higher level Cosmo monster in your hand that you can't normal summon for whatever reason, you'll be able to use that effect and get it on the field because they're not getting banished. Like the monster that you special summon with this effect, nothing won't happen to them just for you using this effect. So I would say keep like different dimension burial just to get the monsters back in the graveyard so you can reuse them. Because light monsters aren't necessarily like the best options when it comes to banishing monsters, but then again, like they are psychic, so I would say it would be like somewhat easier to get them out the banish zone in comparison to others, because they do have support cards that can do so. I don't know what else they have as far as like the archetype, but the type of monster that they have easier times getting out the banish zone. Next up, they have Cosmo Slip Rider. Again, and why does this look like an X-wing from Star Wars? Okay, I don't know. I guess it's confirmed. The Cosmos are a Star Wars reference. It's a light machine effect monster, level 5, attack 2300, defense 800. Description: if this card is normal or special summon, you can target one spell or trap card on the field, destroy it. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one level 4 or lower Cosmo monster from your deck. So, again, using the effect of Farm Girl or Good Witch or even another Slip Rider, you'll be able to activate that MST-like effect, and you'll be able to destroy an annoying spell card on the field, or a spell or trap card on the field that's giving you some trouble. And then on top of that, when it gets destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, and you want to make sure it gets sent to the graveyard because that's when the effect activates. And I know some people get confused, especially like the new people. Whichever graveyard that card it goes into, that's the player that gets the effect. So if your opponent somehow, I would say, uses or has control of this card, and then you destroy the card, and it goes to the graveyard from it being destroyed, not as an exceed material, because then it won't count. It won't count as it going from the. It won't count as it being destroyed by battle at that point. Like, it's not a monster anymore, so the effect wouldn't activate as an exceed material. But as a monster, if it gets destroyed and your opponent has control over it, when you destroy it, it goes back to your graveyard, so you would get that effect. So that I had to put that out there. So same thing with the rest of them. I don't really know what'll go good with that. I don't know. I guess I'll use like Luminize just in case to increase like the attack or something of it. That's pretty much it. Can't really think of anything else. Next up, we got Cosmo Forerunner. Forerunner Cosmo, level 7. That's a light machine effect monster, level 7, attack 2800, defense 1400. And you see Slip Runner like right underneath it, coming out of like the mothership. Why does this remind me of like Star Trek? Because this looks nothing like the Death Ball. Damn, I forgot what the name of that damn thing was. I don't know, like somebody who's more familiar with like Star Wars. I don't know, like I haven't seen it in a while, so my mind just kind of blanked out. Like I knew what it was. The Death Star. There we go. Yeah, like my mind just blanked out. Like I knew what it was, it just didn't hit me at first. But anyways, the effect cannot be targeted by an opponent's card effects during their standby phase. Gain 1,000 life points. If this card is destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card, special summon one level 6 or lower Cosmo monster from your deck. So it kind of resets, like, just in terms of the effects. The other Cosmos, Farm Girl, Good Witch, and Slip Runner, they all special summon like level 4 or level 5 or higher monsters. In this one, since it's like the mothership, it special summons like the lower levels. So it's funny though, because like the lower levels don't have effects that activate when, well, besides Slip Runner, the lower levels don't have effects that activate when they get special summoned, but they do have effects that cause that you can activate on ignition that that cost life points. So that's to be noted. So um, it is a machine, so limit remover. I guess if you're trying to go for like that last bit of damage, limit remover will probably do you some good. Anything else that supports machines or light monsters, that's to be noted. Next up, that the field spell card, Cosmo Town. Can't believe they have a town. I thought it would be like more like a universe, considering. Anyway, all right, Cosmo Town is a field spell card. Description: once per turn, you can target one of your banished Cosmo monsters, return it to the hand. If you do, lose life points equal to its level time 100. Once per turn, you can reveal any number of Cosmo monsters in your hand and shuffle them into the deck and draw cards equal to the number of cards you shuffled into the deck. If this card in the field zone is destroyed by a card effect, add one Cosmo card from your deck to your hand. So I guess it would just be like beneficial to use that and lose life points, that first effect. Just so that you can say, like, if you have a bad hand, that's the only time you would really want to use that anyway. And you know, you'll be able to get the search off whenever it gets destroyed by your opponent's card effect or whatever. Or you can just do it yourself by activating another field spell card. But you got a new, but you would have to put the new field spell card face down in order to activate the effect of Cosmo Town, because it works like that now. Ever since they changed the rulings, it's like the new 5-card rulings, a bunch of new rulings came with it. So that's basically the way you can do that. Always, of course, you can like MST it or use a monster effect to destroy it. Maybe even a Slip Runner. That could be something. Because with Slip Runner, when it gets a normal or special summon, you can destroy one spell or trap card on the field, and you can destroy Cosmo Town, and that can give you that search. Let me look at Slip Runner. Or was it for? Yeah, Slip Rider. I don't know why I said Slip Runner. Make sure I'm not getting this information wrong. Yeah, on the field. Okay. One spell trap card on the field. So that's it. Next up, we got Doran, the Mad Flame Kaiju. And this is not an OCG, is it? No, it is not. Alright. Doran, the Mad Flame Kaiju. Alright, this is a fire dinosaur. That's a dinosaur? Okay, with a dinosaur effect monster. Level 8 attack 3,000. I was finna say 3,000 like an idiot. A defense 1,200. Description: you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's side of the field in attack position by attributing one monster they control. If your opponent controls a kaiju monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. You can only control one kaiju monster. Once per turn, you can remove 3 kaiju counters from anywhere on the field. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. So, alright, so for one, this thing is obviously meant to be mixed in with, other dinosaur builds, I would assume. Other fire dinosaur builds, just for some build consistency, you know what I'm saying? Or like just for consistency throughout your deck. You wouldn't want to put this by itself, on top of the fact that there's not too many of them as it is. There's only like 2 in a field spell card. But I'm going to get to the other one in a minute. But as far as what this one does, I mean, it's just like Lava Golem and those cards that uses your opponent's monsters to get special summoned to the field. So for the people that are familiar with like Lava Golem and those kind of cards, this shouldn't be too difficult of a monster for you to use, or like an archetype for you to use. On top of the fact, it seems like they work best when mixed in with other things, considering that you can only control one kaiju at a time. And on top of that, um, when your opponent controls a kaiju, which this kind of sets you up for, it gives you other benefits like being able to special summon a kaiju monster from your hand, or at least with this one right here, uh, Dugoran. So I don't know exactly how these kaiju counters are going to be applied. Maybe the field spell card does it, maybe another kaiju monster does it, but nevertheless, it seems like you would want to build up those kaiju counters, considering that you get to wipe out all of your opponent's monsters without having yours get affected by the effects. So that's something that you would want to build towards. Uh, I can't remember the name of a lot of those dinosaur support cards, so I wouldn't be able to give you the names of them. But I know it's some trap cards and some other cards that work well with dinosaur monsters that would work good with this alone. So let's continue on. Kumongus. Kumongus, the sticky string kaiju. Sticky string kaiju. Alright, so this one is an earth insect. Okay, so let me take that back what I said about Dugoran, because I thought all of them were going to be like fire and dinosaurs, but I was wrong. So insect, level 7, um, attack 2400, defense 2500 monster. Description: you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's side of the field in attack position by attributing one monster they control. If your opponent controls a kaiju monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. You can only control one kaiju monster. When your opponent normal or special summons a kaiju monsters, you can remove 2 kaiju counters from anywhere on the field until the end of the next turn. That monster or monster anywhere on the field until the end of the next turn, that monster or monsters cannot attack and its effects are negated. So this one kind of, I guess you would say, like temporarily locks down the field. Okay, so this is the one tribute monster, and the other one is like the 2 tributes. It seems like. Let me get Dugoran up as well, so we can look at both of these at the same time. At the same damn time. Okay, never mind. This one is only one monster too. Crazy thing is, I just read that, and I don't know, like my mind just blinked. But nevertheless, with Dugoran, you get to wipe out your opponent's field. Basically, you have like a Regeki-like effect. And with this one, you get to negate their attacks and their effects until the end of the next turn. So both can be very, very effective, but still haven't seen anything that can give those counters on the field, which I'm assuming that's where this field spell card comes in. Let's see. Kyoto Waterfront. It's a field spell card. Description: each time a card or cards are sent from the field to the graveyard, place 1 kaiju counter on this card, 5 max, once per turn. While 3 or more kaiju counters on this card, you can add 1 kaiju monster from your deck to your hand. If this card would be destroyed, you can remove 1 kaiju counter from this card instead. So it has a Citadel of Endymion-like effect where it can use counters to protect itself from being destroyed by, other card effects and things like that. On top of that, I think it's a very resourceful card, especially for what the kaijus do. They utilize the counters to activate their own effects. This one, I think 5 max was actually like a smart thing to do, considering that you want to put a limit on it, because it adds counters every time a card gets sent from the field to the graveyard. So, and that's not just your cards either, that's your opponent's cards as well, from the field. period. So this thing would gain counters pretty fast, considering the possibilities. Like you could basically get like pretty much you can max out in like one turn, basically. So I mean, like it's a pretty useful card. I just don't think they have enough to make a build out of them. At first, I thought it was just going to be simple, since I thought all of them were going to be like fire and dinosaurs, but they have an earth insect in there too. So yeah, they're going to have to make some more in order for them to really be used uh, properly. But I still think it's possible to mix it in with other things as like an ace in a hole to get rid of your opponent's monsters. But then you would have like seal of ownership, or like the owner's seal, that spell card, uh, owner's seal, or like remove brainwashing so that you can get your monster back. That would be like wise, um, because you don't want to keep like you don't want your opponent to keep your monster. You know, even though it's a useful strategy, you want to have ways to get those cards back like immediately. It's like ASAP, because you know with summonings and uh, exceed summons, your opponent can take control of those levels pretty quick. They can make use out of those levels, and you don't want to give that you don't want to give them that advantage. So that's to be noted. All right, so next up we got Performer Pal Silver Claw. Wait a minute, was this a TCG exclusive? I don't think this was. No, of course it wasn't. That wasn't a TCG exclusive. Escher, was this a TCG exclusive? Oh, I think Silver Claw was an import. Okay, I think this was an import too. Cause I know I did a review on these. I'm trying to see what else is a TCG exclusive, because I don't want to miss anything. I think the Cosmos and the Kaijus were it, but I still want to make sure. Absorb Fusion, no, this is definitely not a TCG exclusive, because the Gem Knights weren't TCG exclusives. So I don't see why they would do that type of Performer Pal Salute Tiger. What the hell? Oh, okay, it was that toy soldier looking motherfucker. Um, I don't know. I think that was it. High Speed Royd. Kadama. No, I did that. Dragon, Secret Blast. All of these, I think, are in the OCG as well. And I know I did card reviews on them. So, yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. So Secret Blast. Okay, I don't think I did Secret Blast yet. Even though this wasn't like a TCG exclusive, okay, it was part of the Jump Fiesta 2015 promotion pack. I didn't even know that. So this is a promo card. So let me just do this one as well. It's a normal trap card. Again, it's Secret Blast, normal trap card. Inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card they control. If this card is on the field, is destroyed by an opponent's card and sent to your graveyard, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Yeah, that's it. It's a burn damage card. Don't really see what else there is to say about this. It's one of those cards that I like to call like a double whammy, meaning that regardless if you activate it or if your opponent destroy it, something to happen. And what's crazy about this is that I think even after you flip this card face up, if your opponent, say like, if your opponent activated MST and you activated this, Mind you, it doesn't say that the card had to be face down in order for that burn damage of 1,000 to happen. It just had to be destroyed by your opponent's card effect. So, or destroyed by an opponent's card. And so you will be able to chain this to like an MST or like a monster effect, burn them for like 300 for each card they control, and then hit them with 1,000 on top of that. So that would be even better than a double whammy. That's like a double baboom. That's a double baboom. Tatsunoko. I think I know what this is. Yeah. I did a card review on this. Alright, so that's basically it then. The Cosmos, the Kaijus, and Secret Blast, that's it. I did card reviews on everything else. This was a synchro, yeah. I did card reviews on everything else, so that was it, man. That was all the TCG exclusives and the Jump Fiesta promo 2015 card, Secret Blast. All in the TCG release of Clash of Rebellions. So finally I got this done, and now we can move on to the other ones. So thank you guys for watching. Peace. I'm finally over it. Clash of Rebellions is finally through. I'm finally done with the booster pack. I can move on with my life. And that's gonna be it. So thank you guys for watching. Peace, and I'll see you guys next time for more Yu-Gi-Oh 101 card reviews.